So I'm trying to figure out who are all these men that you got texting in your phone.
I can't have friends.
You got friends, but Eric specifically though, I seen some text messages in your.
Hey, before we get into this video, if you like content like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe so I can keep the content going and they can reach other people who may find this interesting as well.
Yeah.
Because you're my man.
And you shouldn't be going through my phone anyway. And what does me being your man got anything to do with him? I'm here with you.
It has to do a lot with him because I want to understand, why would you be calling him boo or babe?
I don't call him that.
Well, he's calling you that. So you want to tell me the truth about your relationship?
So I'll have a conversation with Eric and I'll let him know.
Download men in the games they play. Does it ever end? So today we have to discuss a viral video that's making its rounds on social media with a woman confronting her boyfriend, fiance, I don't believe they're married, about some suspicious text messages that she found in his phone from him and one of his male friends who was supposed to be his best friend. Of course, I can't share the whole video, but I do have bits and pieces that we're going to watch and we're going to discuss it. And of course, I'll tell you where you can go find the full video for context. Girl, first of all, she starts the video off and the way she confronted him, well, let's just go into the video first. She starts the video off and saying, I'm trying to figure out who are all these men that you're texting in your phone. And he immediately gets defensive. Well, I can't have friends? Download. So before she goes, in particular, this guy named Eric, why is he texting you boo and bae and calling you all these flirtatious nicknames? So this guy immediately gets aggressive. He immediately gets on the defense, which lets you know that he feels guilty about something. So my thing is, what heterosexual man would respond by saying, I can't have friends? Like, you would think like a heterosexual man would be like, what do you mean? That's my homeboy that I play, da-da-da-da. Like, what is this? I can't have friends? Ooh, girl. So he immediately gets aggressive with his girlfriend. He immediately gets outraged. He immediately goes into defense mode. This is my friend who I hang out with every once in a while. And he's talking about how we went to the game and we had such a great time. And so basically, to get into the gist of the video, she basically starts questioning him about his friendship with Eric and asking him, is there anything you need to tell me? Why would Eric be calling you these things? Why are you allowing a man to call you these things without checking him if you are heterosexual? But she never asks him, are you gay? She never asks him, are you sleeping with Eric? She never asks him, do you have an attraction to these men? My thing is, and I get that it's a sticky situation for women to even have to be in, but I feel like, girl, you're not asking the right questions. Like, dude, are you gay? Are you attracted to men? Are you bisexual? Are you sleeping with Eric? Are y'all having sex? Like, it's almost like she's still in denial about it, and maybe she's one of those people that need him to actually come out and say, yeah. But girl, all the evidence is right in your face. And to me, once you have to start questioning the man like that, girl, you already know your answer. Them text messages already tell your answer. His mannerisms already tell me the answer. But he also starts telling her, well, if you don't like the way that he talks to me, then maybe you should have just gaslighting and deflecting. Why would your woman need to have a conversation with how one of your homeboys is talking to you? Like, do you understand how suspicious you make yourself look? Do you understand that you're giving yourself away? But I always say that down men, like, don't use their brain a lot of times. Like, I always say the discretion that they have is only for the heterosexual community. But you would think he would be smart enough to at least keep that discretion for his girlfriend, at least. This seems like a case of a down low man who's just gotten comfortable, child. And to me, it just seems like he's not trying to hide it. I don't get why y'all need to keep misleading and dragging women along in your games. For what? It's obvious that you have an attraction to men. Let this woman go and go live your gay life. I also got a little bit triggered when he immediately got so hostile and aggressive. Because to me, it's misplaced anger. The anger that you're taking out on this woman is because she's seeing through the facade. And she's seeing you for who you really are. And at that point, she's not playing by your rules anymore. So I'm looking at a lot of the comments online. And the heterosexual community is basically saying that this woman should know that this man is gay. And while I do believe that he does have certain mannerisms that would trigger me to question his sexuality, I also would say that it's not right to assume. But it does bring me to the question, because one guy made a comment and said a lot of these women know, they just don't want to be lonely. So then it made me wonder, are certain women okay with it as long as it's not in their face? Is it because he's just getting so disrespectfully sloppy that she's not able to look past it anymore? Baby, we have to transition into our former DL rapper Lil Wop. So I posted a picture of Lil Wop last week, and one of y'all told me that that wasn't Lil Wop. But after doing my research, the girls did say it's Lil Wop. Now, Lil Wop is currently going viral from a new picture that's surfacing online where he has announced that he is transitioning to be a woman. So Lil Wop went from down low rapper being attracted to feminine men and trans women to fully transitioning into a trans woman. My. So there's a conversation to be had about how men become much more relaxed and comfortable in their sexuality once they come out and they're able to be their self. Now, I always speak about it in my experience and my journey, how, as I became more comfortable in my sexuality and as a gay man, I became more relaxed and started to express my more feminine side and just be a little more free and relaxed. And this is absolutely what tends to happen once you come out. See, once that weight is lifted off your shoulders, and you see that grass is green on the other side, the possibilities, the freedom of expression, everything is so endless. You don't feel you're confined or restricted in any way. Look at Lil Wop transition into a woman. Girl, I am so shocked. Now, I didn't see that coming. But I think this is a testimony of how freeing living in your truth can be, and how debilitating it is to hide and hinder certain parts of yourself and suppress certain parts of yourself for the validation of others. So I would absolutely support Lil Wop through his transition. Girl, I wish her nothing but the best. I hope she's the most beautiful trans woman that she can possibly be. So one thing I want to touch on before we go. So there's this conversation going on Twitter about down low men and them being with non-black women. So basically saying that down low men use non-black women as a cover-up because they're easier to use as a beard. I absolutely agree with this. I can't say I can confirm it for all down low men, but I absolutely can confirm it for a couple that I have met. So, I want to tell you about this guy. I think I told y'all about this guy who added me on Snapchat from Twitter or whatever, and he didn't want to send me pictures, so he ended up sending me a video on on Snapchat, and he sent me a video of him having intercourse with a non-black woman. So it was him having sex with a white woman. When I tell you, she was the most unattractive white, and I hate to judge people's appearance, but this woman was so unattractive. And I was like, and he's so handsome. I was like, there's no way you find this woman attractive. And at that point, I said, this woman is just easier to be a cover-up and a beard. But one of my favorite content creators said it about a year ago, and when she said it, I was like, I don't know if I really believe that. And now, just based off my experience and realizing that, like, a lot of the DL men I've met do tend to date YT women, non-black women, white girls. And then this experience with him, and then another guy who he wasn't dating white women, but he had a daughter with a white woman, so he had a biracial daughter, and he's like a single dad. And I'm like, girl, it all makes sense. So, in my opinion, I feel like white women may be a little more lenient, and maybe white women allow them to be more open with their sexuality. I don't know. But I can confirm that I definitely do see a trend with down low men dating non-black women. Yeah, that's just a little update on the down low men. I gotta keep y'all up to date and the scoop and in the loop of what's going on. Like, comment, subscribe, tell me your opinions on these stories.